Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Minister, for coming here today. I'll get right into the questions. Small businesses are going bankrupt at alarming rates. Women who own businesses are disproportionately affected. As the Minister for Women and Small Businesses, this is under your watch. Are you proud of this record? Yes or no?
Thank you so much for that question, Madam Chair. What I can say is that small and medium-sized enterprises make up almost 98% of all businesses in this country. Our government has been there and will be there for small businesses.
This was a simple yes or no. Is it yes or no?
Thank you so much for that question, Madam Chair. What I can say is we're using every tool in our government to support small businesses get the help that they need, especially during these challenging times.
Respectfully, Minister, that's not the answer to my question, so I'll take it as a no. Minister, these investments aren't working. Despite $7 billion in funding, the women entrepreneurship strategies failed to reach its targets. The Women Venture Capital Initiative has been closed down after only funding 5 organizations. 10 years of bad Liberal policies have left women struggling. Are you supporting these failures? Yes or no?
Thank you, Madam Chair, for that question. We're committed to ensuring that our government is going to create a vibrant and sustainable venture capital initiative.
Again, Minister, yes or no?
We're going to continue. Thank you for the question, Madam Chair. We're going to continue to support that through.
Okay, I'll have to move on to the next question. I'll take that as a no. When you were running your small business, did you ascribe to the notion that it was okay to balance your operational budget but run massive debt in your balance sheet? Yes or no?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With my business, Madam Chair, I sought every opportunity to look for the support that I need. Through our women entrepreneurship strategy, we're providing just that.
Okay, I'll have to take that as a no as well, because the obvious answer is no, because the bank would call your loans. Do you agree?
Again, through the women entrepreneurship strategy, we're providing loans, supporting this incredible ecosystem right across this country so that small businesses can help startups scale their business.
Okay, I only have a few moments of time here, so I'll go on to the next question. Your funding of $382.5 million to women-led organizations is building bureaucracy. How long will women and small businesses have to wait to hear on results from the government?
Thank you, Madam Chair, for that question. I disagree with that premise of that question. Through the Women Entrepreneurship Strategy, we've already provided supports to over 490,000 women entrepreneurs across the country. That's a $7 billion investment that we've made. We're also moving the needle with the majority women-owned businesses, and we've moved the needle from 16.8% from 2020 now up to 17.8%. This is an improvement empowering women to start up and grow their business, and it's also helping women gain the independence they need to grow the strongest economy in the G7.
Okay, so why are Liberals paying hundreds of millions to consultants who will tell us what we already know, instead of providing the funding to the woman who your department is supposed to help?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Our government is investing through the Women Entrepreneurship Strategy. This is supporting 20 federal departments. We've supported over 490,000 women. We've provided 35,700 loans. This is loans and supports for women to be able to invest in their business, grow their business, create jobs for Canadians. And this is real support that's going to benefit them, where typically they wouldn't have had the support.
Excuse me, Minister, you actually did state that the funding was going to be going to women-led organizations. So I'm asking about how much bureaucracy you're building here. And I'm asking how long women-owned businesses in need of help have to wait. I have small businesses in my community of Cambridge that are struggling, severely struggling, and they deserve a time frame. How much longer do they have to wait for actual results?
Good news, Madam Chair. I visited Cambridge and the small businesses out in her region of the country. And what I can say is the supports are available right now.
Minister, how long do they have to wait? They're asking for help now.
They have help available to them, Madam Chair, through the tools and resources we have accessible to them. They can also access.
They're going bankrupt. That's not help. Let's move on to the next question. Given that nearly 1/4 of all violent crimes in Canada now involve intimate partners, will the government not prioritize Conservative Bill C-225, which would treat the murder of an intimate partner as first-degree murder, despite rising femicide rates? Yes or no?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And what I can say is, again, my heart goes out to anyone that has experienced gender-based violence in this country. Again, I'm happy to share that that our government continues to help support address this through the National Action Plan.
So you'll support Conservative Bill C-225?
Thank you, Madam Chair, for that question. We know that violence has no place in this country whatsoever. And
it's a simple yes or no. Will you support Bill C-225?
Point of order, Madam Chair.
To address.
Point of order from Ms. Khalid. I've been listening to Madame Cody's questions, and they are very valid questions, but I've also found that we haven't been giving the minister the opportunity to answer those very valid questions also. So if it's possible through you, Madam Chair, that we treat our witness here with the respect that is owed. I know she's taken her time to come to this committee and to answer the questions. Let's give her the opportunity to answer them.
Absolutely. We would encourage everyone to be respectful. In the last 20 seconds, Ms. Cody.
Respectfully, Minister, according to Stats Canada, total police-related incidents of human trafficking increased 72.7%, while 93% of victims are women and girls. Your government passed C5 to allow house arrest for kidnapping and human trafficking. Do you think C5 is a mistake, yes or no?
Communities, especially supporting survivors and holding perpetrators accountable.
Could you respond yes or no, please?
We know that human trafficking disproportionately
And that's your time.
affects women.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for your attendance here today, Minister. So I didn't hear anything in your comments earlier about helping seniors and single seniors in particular. So we have some stats that are very frightening in our community. And Sidam Food Bank services 3,600 seniors per month, a total of 44,000 per year. The Vaughan Food Bank services 1,000 seniors per month, totaling 12,000 per year. So seniors are forced to decide whether to pay their rent, buy their medication, or feed themselves. 8.3% of seniors use the food bank, up from 6.8 in 2019. So if you wouldn't mind, Minister, could you please explain to the people of King Vaughan how this is sustainable?
Thank you so much for that question, Madam Chair. Again, this is an important question, and I appreciate my honorable colleagues' advocacy around seniors. My parents are also seniors. Because senior women do face these challenges that she had already mentioned, whether that's financial abuse or scarcity instances when it comes to elder abuse. And through Women and Gender Equality, we provide funding in this regard so that we can better support and empower senior women who are facing these challenges. For instance, we've provided $499,999 to the Barbara Schiffler Commemorative Clinic, who is leading a 20-month initiative.
Sorry to interrupt, Minister, but my question is the affordability of food. We have 58,255 widowed women over 65 living in poverty. Single Seniors for Fairness notes that 39% do not benefit from pension income splitting. They actually pay 10% more in taxes than a couple earning 50,000. So the couple earning 50 and the single senior earning 50, the single senior pays 10% more, which reduces her opportunity to feed herself. So again, I will ask, how, if you could explain it to the people of King Vaughan that are watching at home today, how is this sustainable? Because we have over 58,000 single seniors living below the poverty line. They can't afford the food, they can't afford the medication, and they can't afford the rent. How is this fair to them when they're paying more taxes than a couple?
Thank you for that question. We recognize things are challenging, and that includes the challenges addressed that the member opposite with seniors. And what we have been able to do is put forward a tax cut that is going to assist 22 million Canadians across this country. They're going to be able to they've already received that tax cut. This is going to help them. And seniors, we're helping seniors through the Canada Dental Care Plan as well, ensuring that seniors are able to get the supports that they need.
Minister Senior, I'm sorry to keep interrupting you, but I only have a short window of opportunity to ask questions that my seniors from my community. As you know, I volunteer at a seniors home. I also volunteer in the Accessibility Committee, which I'm really proud of in my township. But they're coming to me and they're saying, I can't afford to pay my rent. I can't afford to buy my medication. I am paying a lot of taxes on a minimal income, and yet everything continues to go up. How can this be sustainable when recently, this past January, I had 2 seniors living in their car. They could not afford their rent. If we continue this unaffordability in this crisis, the more we borrow, the more we have to pay. How do we explain that to seniors that have built this country, have raised us, and now they can't live in dignity because of the high taxes?
Thank you, Madam Chair. What we've done is we've brought down the age of retirement down from 67 to 65. That has helped ensure that more seniors are able to retire sooner.
You led me right into my next question. So you brought it back from 67 to 65. But here's some statistics that are really boggling my mind. Seniors are working into their 70s and 80s because they can't afford it. So how is it that we're bringing back the retirement age to 65, but they're not retiring for another 15 to 20 years? So how does that help seniors?
Again, through the supports that I mentioned with the Women and Gender Equality, we're supporting organizations like the Barbara Schiffler Commemorative Clinic, who is leading a 29-month initiative to empower senior women who are survivors of violence, for example. We're going to continue to help support women-led organizations whose direct support goes into supporting seniors as well. And I just visited the Malton Women's Council, who helps support seniors on the ground.
Let me give you this stat.
Actually, that's your time.